and every peace on earth, and let it begin with
I am Tezkiah Gabriel of Pathways to Peace. On this nuclear prayer day, let us begin with a prayer. O Creator of all life, bless us on this day and all days. We see peace. We know the connection we have with all living things and our dear and beautiful planet Earth. Remove the threat of war and nuclear weapons as they perpetuate a culture of fear and violence. And help us to remember that we are powerful and that we can create the change we wish to see. Thank you for the abundance that surrounds us. And thank you for the work of our peace builders and leaders. Move in the hearts of our world leaders to instill a pathway to peace through dialogue and increased understanding. We know all of this to be true. Amen. Blessed be Aho. I am here with my colleague, partner, and primary representative to the Pathways to Peace, UN, Mr. George Anthony. We are honoring Nuclear Prayer Day today by sharing just a bit of the hopes, the dreams, the wisdom, and the prayers of our next generation peace builders, our youth. But before we hear from our youth, I'd like to hear a few words from George. Thank you, George, for all that you do. Would you share a few words, please?
Thank you, dear Tess. On the anniversary of the Hiroshima bombing, people all over the world will be joining in prayer for a future free of nuclear war. A community of nations, diplomats, scientists, scholars, students, educators, religious leaders, grassroots activists are all committed to the elimination of nuclear weapons. So act with courage. We ask you to act with courage to add your voice to the prayers and to the action. We are asking you to be the change you wish to see in the world. President Reagan once said, "A nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought." I say to you, a nuclear war will only cause nations and countries to become corpses and will create an earth void of any life. More reason to be an agent for that change, a world free of nuclear weapons. Join us as we pray for realization of a lasting peace. Today is that day.
Thank you, George. And now let us hear from some of our young peace leaders.
My name is Garrett Nolan, and I am a co-vice president for Pathways to Peace. When the United States dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, it marked the end of the Second World War, but it also marked the beginning of a dangerous and uncharted phase in human history. The fear caused paranoia of nuclear weapons to spread across the globe, and it didn't end until the end of the Cold War. Despite this, however, the threat of nuclear weapons continues to stalk us to this day. With the current war in the Ukraine, the threat has never been higher since the Cuban Missile Crisis. My prayer for Nuclear Prayer Day is that we may unite in our endeavor to rid the world of nuclear weapons. Thank you.
My name is Catherine Volk. I'm 16 and I'm a youth representative for Pathways to Peace. For myself and most others I know, nuclear weapons and the threat of nuclear war is a simple fact of life. The only thing truly preventing us from destroying one another is MAD, or mutually assured destruction. It's honestly horrifying that the only reason we haven't destroyed each other is the fear that we will all die in the end. Not humanity, empathy, or compassion. Fear. Fear is what causes us to continuously build our arsenals, to focus on the damage nuclear power creates instead of using it to create a clean and efficient energy source. Fear is what keeps us on a hair trigger to launch these world-ending weapons, instead of debating in council rooms for hours. I know that complete nuclear disarmament is likely impossible and is an unrealistic goal. However, that does not mean there is nothing we can do. To start, countries can shift their nuclear science programs from studying the destructive power of fission to the clean energy creating process of fusion. We can work to eliminate any expansions to our nuclear arsenals and encourage leaders to take more time when making these possibly catastrophic decisions. I do not believe we will ever completely eliminate nuclear weapons, but we can make them less of a threat and ensure future generations live in a world with less fear. We deserve to live in a world that is not 100 seconds away from doomsday, and together we can work to reduce these weapons and fears both at home and abroad. So my prayer for Nuclear Peace Day is that we all begin to truly listen to each other and work together to build a better and less fearful future for us all. Thank you.
My name is Anthony Gutierrez. I'm 15. I go to Lavelle Prep High School. I'm going to 10th grade. I'm at a program. I'm learning about pathways to peace with Mr. Crescitelli. I think it's important to stop nuclear warfare because there's no feud or disagreement between countries that's worth nuclear warfare and destroying the earth. It's important because there's no reason for all that. There's current tensions between Russia and Western countries. There's tensions between China and Taiwan, and there's actual open conflict with Ukraine and Russia. If, God forbid, war between China and Taiwan happens, the U.S. will step in to protect Taiwan because they have an agreement to do so. And because of that, China and U.S. may go to nuclear war, and it ain't worth it dropping bombs on people. They should come together with their differences to become a stronger, united set of nations and the better Earth. My prayer for Nuclear Prayer Day is that countries come together and stop bickering over nothing.
Hi, my name is Destiny Marlon. I go to Lavelle Prep High School. I am going to the 10th grade and I am 15. This summer, I am taking classes in the SYEP, Pathways to Peace with Mr. Crescitelli. And how I feel about the nuclear bombs or weapons is that it's unfair to the innocent lives that has to be killed and burned down because of this, or seriously or critical injured because of it. And I feel like we should kill people with kindness instead of kill people with weapons, because it's like you're hurting somebody without even knowing who they are. And you wouldn't want the same for you, so why should you do that? You don't always have to fight every battle with hurting somebody's life or hurting somebody who you don't even know. You can just have conversations with them. And if you can't have conversations with them, you need to learn to kill them with kindness. And like Martin Luther King, and follow his footsteps. So my prayer for Nuclear Day is that have conversations and to understand where these people are coming from, put yourself in these people's shoes, and be real and upfront with people instead of hurting people and killing people.
Hi, my name is Chris Salvatore. I am 15 years old. I go to New York High School. I'm going into the 10th grade. This summer, I am part of the City University of New York CSI Liberty Partnership Program, where I'm learning about pathways to peace with Mr. Crescitelli. I think it's important to deconstruct nuclear weapons because it's extremely stupid to nuke a continent/country because it won't just hit that country. The whole world will have an effect on it, like the radiation from the nuke and like all the marching and the protests they'll have on the other countries. And my prayer for Nuclear Prayer Day is to actually shed light on how many countries have these nukes that can destroy the entire world multiple times over. And we don't need to solve a big conflict in the world just from nukes, even the threat of the nukes, because every war in the past was solved with either peace or negotiation or something. So that is my prayer for Nuclear Prayer Day.
Hello, my name is Michaela Johnson. I go to I-61 and I'm 14 years old. This summer, I have been taking classes at City University of New York CSI Liberty Partnership Program, taking a class called Pathways to Peace. I personally think that we shouldn't have these nuclear bombs because of a disagreement or for war, because at the end of the day, you don't know the outcome of the bombs and that what it could change for the world and how the world could just disappear. My prayer for Nuclear Prayer Day is that I pray that the government will see from both sides that there's no reason to have these bombs and that it could destroy the whole world because of a disagreement or argument.
Hi, my name is Malachi. I'm going to the 8th grade. I attend IS-27 and I'm 14 years old. This summer I am in Liberty Partnership and we're learning about Pathways to Peace with Mr. Christian. For Prayer Day, I pray that everybody in the world comes together and eventually teams up against the bad causes and not going against each other. I think that nobody should have nukes because not only does it take out the people that you don't like, it takes out everybody in the whole world, and that's not a very good thing. You could even take out your own people and yourself.
Hi, my name is Haley. I'm 14 years old. I'm going to Curtis High School. This summer, I am participating in City University of New York CSI Partnerships program where I'm learning about Pathways to Peace with Mr. Christelli. I think it is important for the world to prevent nuclear war and nuclear weapons because it will not harm people and keep things at peace in the world. My prayer for Nuclear Prayer Day is for everything to be at peace with no war and weapons.
Hi, my name is Jacob Carter. I'm 13 years old. I go to IS-25 and I'm going to the 9th grade. I'm a part of City University of New York CSI Liberty Partnership Program where I learned the pathway to peace with Mr. Christelli. I think it's important to prevent nuclear wars because it's not worth the risking the world and people's lives over this agreement. My prayer is that I hope we all, instead of blowing stuff up and killing people, is that we talk about it.
Hi, my name is Maya Kubas. I am 15 years old. I go to Susan E. Wagner High School and I'm going to the 11th grade. This summer, I am a part of City University of New York CSI Liberty Partnerships program, doing Pathways to Peace with Mr. Christelli. In my opinion, I believe that it is important to prevent nuclear war and also do away with nuclear weapons because the radioactive dust from the bombs can create deadly radiation levels. Also, when these bombs are in use, it creates dangerous firestorms and also creates its own cycle of wind. So, my prayer for the Nuclear Prayer Day is that instead of using these bombs, the thought of people's lives are taken into consideration.
My name is Kaylee Anthony, and I believe that a world without nukes is our one chance at a world with true peace.
And my name is Kevin Noah, and I don't think anyone should have the power to destroy the world, not just once, but 100 times over.
I'm George Anthony, United Nations Pathways to Peace primary representative. And I think we need to join the young voices in promising the world a chance of peace. Let us join the many nuclear-free proliferation zones throughout the world so we can all thrive together as a human race.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our young peace leaders. You are not only the future, but you are the now. You are leading us out of the problems that the rest of us have created. We so honor and value your wisdom, your voice, and your prayers. And thank you to Mr. George Anthony and Mr. Lindy Christelli for your mentoring and for your empowering of the voices of our youth. It means everything. Lastly, thank you to those of you watching this video. Please know that you are a pathway to peace. And that when we come together, our collective prayers, our collective voice makes a difference. Together, we are creating the new earth. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you.